Hello again, and welcome to Mr. Mayor's Book Chats. This is a little bit of a Halloween edition, so I'm going to talk about 5 new books that we've got down in the library that are a little bit more horror-centered, a little more scary. First one is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. And Stephanie Perkins usually writes kind of romance, lovey-dovey books, but this is very different than that. It's about a girl named Makani Young who's grown up in Hawaii, but her parents are getting divorced. So she goes to live with her grandmother for a little while in a little town in Nebraska. And she's kind of settling in and finding some new friends when one of her classmates is murdered, brutally murdered, in a pretty grisly way. That happens in chapter 1, so it starts right away. Then, one by one, about every 5 chapters or so, another classmate is murdered. And this book is pretty gory, pretty gruesome. Some of the ways the murderer is murdering people. So if that kind of freaks you out a little bit, you may want to stay away from it. But Makani is also afraid of something in her past to come out as well. So she is trying to figure out who the killer is, as well as the rest of the community. But she's also wanting to make sure that her past doesn't come out as well. The next book, this isn't so much a scary, but more of kind of a psychological thriller. It's called The Window, and it's about a girl named Jess, whose twin sister, who is very unlike her. Her twin sister Anna is very athletic, very outgoing, while Jess really isn't. And as high school has started going on, they've started growing apart a little bit more. But Jess always thought that, hey, they're twin sisters. They're always going to be twins, and they know pretty much everything about them. But one night, Jess's twin sister Anna dies tragically by falling out of her bedroom window in the middle of the night. And Jess has no idea why she was by the window, where she was going, why she was sneaking out, who she was going to go meet. And she's compelled to learn the truth. And she's not satisfied with what her parents are telling her, what the authorities are telling her. So she kind of starts unraveling the mystery herself. And the more that she unravels, the more questions she has about who her sister really was. So that one is, like I said, if you like mysteries and psychological thrillers, you might pick this one out. Harmony House. This is, I've not read this one, but one of the reviews on the cover, it says, quite frightening, recalls the classics, both Stephen King's The Shining and Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of the Hill House. It's about a house in Beach Haven. Jen is the main character, and her mom, who is an alcoholic, passes away. Jen's dad kind of goes crazy. He drags Jen to this old manor on the shore of New Jersey to start their new lives. But Jen can tell that the place has an unhappy history right from walking in. She just feels like something's not right. And it's more than just a creepy old estate. The more she kind of uncovers and people start talking about this house, she learns that there's kind of a dark past with this house. And it's starting to affect her dad a little bit too. If you've ever seen The Shining or read The Shining, it's kind of that, sounds like that, where the house starts making the dad go a little bit crazy. And she wants to figure out what's taking place before it's too late. The next book is Girls with Sharp Sticks by Suzanne Young. If you read the Program series, this is the same author of the Program. This is it's kind of a dystopian book about a place called Innovations Academy, where girls go there, beautiful, well-behaved girls go there, and they are trained by the Guardians. And it's an all-girl boarding school that has art appreciation and interior design and growing a prosperous and beautiful garden. They don't learn meaningless things like math or science, but more of how to be obedient, how to be a good woman. It's got a very Handmaid's Tale vibe to it, kind of a Stepford Wives vibe, if you get that. And Philomena is the main character, and she starts to kind of have awakening of sorts. She starts kind of thinking that this isn't right, and she starts to realize she doesn't like being forced to obey everything that a man tells her. And she starts to question everything she's ever known and begins to investigate some of the shady stuff that's going down at the academy. So if you like dystopian, check that one out. And the last book I'm going to talk about, if you like Walking Dead, and if you like just a bunch of grisly zombie killing, Rotten Ruin might be for you. It's about a 15-year-old named Benny who lives with his half-brother Tom. And when Benny was real young, the zombie kind of attack happened. And Benny's mom and dad handed Benny off to Tom and told his older brother to run, to get to safety. And Benny has never kind of forgiven his parents for that. He's been resentful of his older brother because his older brother has always been kind of in charge and everybody loves his older brother. And Benny just kind of doesn't fit in with anybody. Well, now the time has come that Benny has to find a job. And he doesn't want to be a zombie killer like his brother. But that's about the only job he can be. And he's always living in the shadow of his brother. And the more he goes out, he lives in this very safe community. It's a fenced community where the zombies can't get in. But when he goes out to kill the zombies, he starts finding out more things about the outside world. And, you want to read to find out what he finds out. This is the first book of a 4-book series. So if you like The Walking Dead, if you like zombies, check this one out. As always, enjoy reading. Have a happy Halloween. Come see me in the library.